Hello everyone, myself Mrs. Janvi Darshan Raut, lecturer in Electronics and Telecommunication Department of Pravin Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. This is the part 3 of Digital Communication System and Coding Methods. In this video, we are going to learn about some coding techniques. First, we will start with Huffman coding. The Huffman code is a source code. It is a prefix code as well. Here, word length of code word approaches the fundamental limit set by the entropy of discrete memoryless source. This code is optimum as it provides the smallest average code word length for a given discrete memoryless source. It encodes each message transmitted by a DMS with different value of number of bits based on their probabilities. Next is the algorithm for the Huffman coding. So the Huffman coding algorithm is as follow. First, the source symbols or you can say messages are arranged in order of decreasing probability. The two source symbols having the lowest probability are assigned with binary digits 0 and 1. These two source symbols or messages are then combined into a new source symbol with probability equal to the sum of the two original probabilities. The probability of the new symbol is placed in the list of symbols as per its value. This procedure is repeated until we are left with only two source symbols for which a 0 and a 1 are assigned. The code of each original source symbol is obtained by working backward and tracking the sequence of zeros and ones assigned to that symbol. So the Huffman coding can be shown in the form of algorithm as shown in this slide. List the source symbols in order of decreasing probability. Second is the two source symbols of lowest probability are assigned numbers 0 and 1. Third step, these two source symbols are combined into a new message. Fourth, the probability of this new message is equal to the sum of probability of two original symbols. Fifth, the probability of this new message is placed in the list according to its value. And last step, that is step number 6, is repeat this procedure until we are left with only two source symbols for which a 0 and a 1 are assigned. Next is the sums of this Huffman coding can be solved in the live session. So the next topic is causes and effects of errors. Now first thing, what is error? Error is nothing but the noise introduced in any signal. When transmission of digital signals are takes place between two symbols such as computers as shown in this diagram, the signal gets contaminated due to the addition of noise to it. The noise can be introduced an error in the binary bits traveling from one system to other. That means a 0 may change to 1 or a 1 may change to 0. This error can become a serious threat to the accuracy of the digital system. Therefore, it is necessary to detect and correct the error. Next is channel coding. Channel coding is performed at the transmitter in order to minimize the effect of channel noise It is always done after source coding. The channel coding technique adds more bits into the message bits. These additional bits are introduced for the purpose of error detection and correction technique. So, the block diagram here shows the concept of this channel redundancy. However, these additional bits do not contain any information, so they are called as redundant bit, as shown in this diagram. Thus, channel coding introduces redundancy. At the receiver, the channel decoding and source decoding will take place to remove the redundant bits and recover the message bits from the received signal. Now next topic is need of error control or need of error control coding. In data communication, errors are introduced during the transmission of data from the transmitter to receiver due to noise or some other reason. The reliability of data transmission will be severely affected due to this error. In order to improve the reliability of data transmission, the designer will have to increase the signal power or reduce the noise spectral density so as to maximize the ratio. But practically, there is a limitation on maximum value of the ratio. Hence, for a fixed value of EB and N0, we have to use some kind of coding in order to improve the quality of the transmitted signal. Now, how to detect and correct the errors? For the detection and correction of errors, one or more than one extra bits are added to the data bits at the time of transmitting. These extra bits are called as parity bits. They allow the detection or sometimes correction of the error. The data bits along the parity bits form a code word. So, error control techniques, error detection technique and error correction technique. The error detection techniques are capable of only detecting Error detection techniques are only capable of detecting the errors, they cannot correct the error. And second is the error correction technique. The error correction techniques are capable of detecting as well as correcting the errors. Now next, types of errors. The errors introduced in the data bits during the transmission can be categorized as first is content error and second is flow integrity error. The content error are nothing but the error in the contents of a message. Example, a 0 may be received as 1 or vice versa. Such errors are introduced due to noise added into the data signal during its transmission. Flow integrity errors means missing blocks of data. It is possible that a data block may be lost in the network, possibly because it has been delivered to a wrong destination. Depending on the number of bits in error, we can classify the errors into two types, as first, that is single bit error, and second is burst error. Now first we will see the single bit error. The term single bit error suggested that only one bit in the given data unit such as byte is in error. That means only one bit in the transmitted byte will change from 1 to 0 or 0 to 1, as shown in the diagram of this single bit error. Second is burst error. If two or more bits from a data unit such as a byte change from 1 to 0 and from 0 to 1, then burst errors are said to have occurred. The shaded bits in the received byte have been enormous bits These are 3 beats, but the length of the burst is 5 beats. The length of the burst error extends from the first erroneous bit to the last erroneous bit. Even though some of the beats in the in between have not been corrupted, the length of the burst error as shown in the below diagram. Next is, now what are the disadvantages of the coding methods? First is increased transmission bandwidth. Thus, due to the additional beats added by the encoder. And second is use of coding make a system complex. Now next we are having some important definitions related to this coding methods. First is code word, code rate, humming weight or a code word, and code efficiency. First we will see the code word. The code word is the bit encoded block of bits. As already seen, it contains message bits and parity bits or redundant bits. Code rate. The code rate is defined as the ratio of the number of message bits to the total number of bits in a code word. It can be formalized as code rate capital small r is equal to k by n. Hamming weight of a code word. The Hamming weight of a code word X is defined as the number of non-zero element in the code word. Hamming weight of the code vector is the distance between that code word and an all zero code vector. Next is code efficiency. The code efficiency is defined as the ratio of message bits to the number of transmitted bits per block. Code efficiency is equal to code rate, that is equal to k by n. Next is humming distance. The humming distance or simply distance between the two code words is defined as the number of locations in which their respective elements differs as shown in the below diagram. Minimum distance d mean. The minimum distance of a linear block code is defined as the smallest Hamming distance between any pair of code vector in the code. Now, what is the role of this d mean in error detection and correction? The error detection is always possible when the number of transmission errors in a code word is less than the minimum distance d mean, because then the erroneous word is not a valid code word. But when the number of errors equals or exceeds d mean, the erroneous code word may correspond to another valid code word and errors cannot be detected. Now last, that is redundancy. Redundancy involves the transmission of extra bits along with the data bits. The transmitted code word consists of data bits which contain information and a parity or check bits which do not contain any information. These extra bits or parity bits are actually do not contain any data or information, but they ensures the detection of and correction of errors introduced during the data travel from sender to receiver. These bits are known as redundant bits. Thank you.